right, we're gonna start seated. So grab whatever you'd like. I'm gonna sit on my block as I do. And I didn't really think about having a strap in the practice, but we might. So have that nearby. And then I'll just position this so it feels aligned. Even though it's crooked from the wall, it's okay. So sitting nice and tall, lift your heart, feel your ribs lift up in front of you. Relax the face, your jaw, your legs, your knees, your inner thighs. Feel heavy against your hips. And then just exhale everything out of the body. Open mouth, breath out. And then a big breath in, filling the belly. And then feeling your spine grow taller as you bring the breath up towards your throat, holding it in. With an open mouth, exhale and feel the shoulders relax, the chest sinking down, that downward flow of energy, squeezing the belly in, wrapping those muscles around, pressing it out, and then doing that again. Inhale, down to the belly. Slow breath, elongating it. And an open mouth, exhale. Slow breath out. How can you breathe longer? Inhaling again. Be patient with the process. Feeling full, softening the shoulders, sipping up more air. Opening the mouth and exhaling it out. Longer, drawn out exhale. Pressing it out. Holding it out. And then inhaling again. Maybe a little contracting at your throat to help you control the flow of the breath coming in. And maybe you exhale through the nose this time, contracting through the throat. Slowing the breath down. Noticing if it's hard for you to stick with this guidance of slow breathing, and that's okay. Just meet yourself where you're at and just continue with these deep and elongated breaths, maybe trying to count how many seconds it takes to fill up, and then matching that number with your exhale. Slow counting, being patient with the process. Reaching the emptiness, the emptiest parts of your lungs. And breathing in and letting them expand and pressing the oxygen you're taking in from around you into the body, letting that push against the lungs, the walls of the lungs, the muscles, stretching them, the ribs, opening those muscles between them opening. And letting it go. And empty out as much as you can here, get as empty as you can. And a natural breath inside. A natural exhale. Soften your arms, your hands, your face, your jaw, the tongue and the mouth, and just let your breath happen. Let your body breathe. Let your body do the breathing. And just notice how you're feeling. Soften the muscles around the eyes and the jaw and the tongue and the mouth a little more. Feel the neck muscles letting go. And just meet yourself right here on this Monday morning, meeting your palms together at your heart or stacking your palms over your heart. Take a moment and set an intention for yourself as we enter into a brand new week. And it's still the beginning of this month. We are exactly 4 weeks away from my 36th birthday. Crazy. So I'm on a health trajectory here for the next 4 weeks. Doing everything I know my body wants me to do all the time, but I don't do all the time. And that's being a human in this world right now. That's okay. So what is your intention? Maybe just for today, this week, or the next 4 weeks as we enter into the fall season. Okay, and we'll release the hands down. Letting the eyes blink open. Let's move a little bit. So take yourself off of your seat and we'll come right into a tucked toe tabletop position. So tuck those toes under, spread your fingers nice and wide, knees are hip distance, so under those hip points, and then push hips down to your heels, just bounce up and down a little bit, a little right and left. Let the head get heavy. And so start to feel how the muscles are feeling in the back of your neck and up between the shoulder blades. Just nice deep breath. Maybe you look right, letting your nose touch that arm. And you look left. How does the front of the neck feel? Then connect with your hands and try to push the base of your index fingers down more, keeping those knuckles pushing down rather than lifting. Grip your thumb, grip your fingers, feel the perimeter of your palm, almost like a little cone up of your palm, center of your palm up away from the ground, like a suction cup. And then we'll come up to hands and knees, untucking toes past the tops of the feet there. All right, cow pose, drop the belly, pull the chest forward, look up. Exhale, cat pose, round the spine. Make any adjustments that you need to, add any other movements you want to, and then just keep going about 5 more breaths. Softening your jaw and your eyes, maybe let the eyelids close. And just listen for the sound of your breath. Start to feel into the spine, the movement of your spine. Feel the muscles that surround the spine. Sneezing because all I can see is little cat hairs on the ground over here. Bear, you naughty little guy. You shedding. All right, when you're feeling good, we'll pause and we'll flip the palm, right palm up. So the back of the hand meets the earth and your fingers point towards your knee, and just stretch the fingers really wide and then almost try to straighten through your elbow, but don't push it. Take a big breath. And take that guy out. Nice little wiggle. And then plant that palm really intentionally. Put the left palm up. Spread the fingers really wide. Try to straighten a bit through that elbow. Big breath. Pushing the fingers down. And then release and shake that guy out. Great, let's reach the right arm up to the sky. Open twist. Feel your ribs pull forward as your right hip pulls back. Circle the right wrist and take a big breath in. And as you exhale, thread that right arm down between the left wrist and knee, drop to the shoulder, drop to the right side of the head, and gently start pushing your left hand into the earth. Pushing the right arm into the earth too. Feel the opening in the back of the body or the side of your waist. Take a big breath. Squeezing your navel towards your spine. Take another breath. Soften the jaw, try to lift your chin away from your chest. Last one. And then we'll press into that left hand and swing the right arm up. Exhale, draw up that guy down, and we'll switch. Left arm comes up. Circle that left wrist around, roll the right shoulder on your back here. Lift your heart towards the front of the room. And just take a big breath to the side of that body. And as you exhale, thread the left wrist or arm between that right wrist and knee, leaning forward a little so you're keeping your hips over the knees. Relax through your knees, your hips, so that you're feeling even between both knees, okay? And then root down into the back of the left arm and push gently into the right. Hug the belly in towards your lower back. Feel the chin move away from the chest. Big breath. Feel how expansive the ribs can get here. Maybe a little contraction in the throat, helping you control that breath. Good, and then pushing into that right hand, left arm up. And release it all the way down. Okay, spread the fingers, drop the belly, cow pose. Let's tuck the toes here. Exhale, lift the knees, let the hips lead the way, downward facing dog. And then start to pedal out the legs. Relax the head all the way. Feel the back of the neck get really long. Take a few breaths. Gonna lift one foot, maybe an extra little bend or a little kick back of that leg. All right, do what feels good here for you. Open the feet as wide as your mat. Bend the knees really deeply. Really lift the hips high. Hug the belly in. Nice full breath. And then we'll come forward into a plank pose. Our first flow, shifting forward, stay, and then shift back. Heels back, and then chest forward, shoulders past the wrists and back. And do that again, just moving on the wrists and the ankles and the toes, and then push forward. Inner elbows point forward, chaturanga, or maybe you drop the knees down first for half chaturanga down to the belly. Roll the shoulders in the back, lift your chest and your head and your hands for baby cobra to start. Holding as you're exhaling, feel the shoulders pull down towards your back pocket. Toes are staying on the ground, another breath. And then forehead meets the ground, slide your hands right by your low ribs. So if you look at your wrists, they're right under your elbows. Fingers are wide. And then pull the hands back on the ground as you feel your chest pull forward and start lifting up through the crown of the head, the heart, the elbows squeeze against the body for cobra. And as you exhale, lower back down. Tuck the toes, push either up straight to plank pose, activating your legs, or push up to your knees. And we'll come back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Open the mouth, soft breath out. Another inhale. And exhale. Good again. And let it go. Okay, and then we'll bend the knees a lot, almost dropping them, but hovering over the ground. And we'll look forward, pulling the head to the arms. Take a huge step with your right foot between your thumbs, and then step your left foot there too. Halfway lift, bring hands to your shins, chest forward. Roll the shoulders on the back and squeeze the belly up towards that low back. Bend the knees as you fold forward and let the head get heavy. Okay, stay here. Breathe here. Grab up the elbows. Hang, let the shoulders really release down the back or up the back, or clasp your hands, bring them to the back of the head and neck. Maybe a little bouncing towards the shins and away. Squeeze the belly in as you're exhaling. The belly will get soft here, so contract. Neck longer. And then we'll drop the arms, rolling up, pressing down into your feet intentionally. Shoulders roll back. Strengthen the legs as you sweep your arms up. Hands to your heart, exhale. Soften the eyes, think of your intention. And then release the arms and sweep them up, inhale. Exhale, open the arms, bend the knees, fold forward all the way down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to plank pose, and notice which leg is leading you there. Is it your right? Is it your left? And contract everything, push forward again, and then push back again, and then forward and back, and then forward and back, and then we'll pull forward, chaturanga, slowly down to the belly. This time cobra, hands pull back, we inhale to look up, and exhale, lower. Tuck your toes, push to your knees, or plank pose, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Can you start to feel your tailbone lengthening up out from your legs, out from your spine, right? Feeling the length in your hamstrings starting, the neck nice and long, feeling how long your back is here. Feet, calves to heels can pull down. I was gonna say keeves, combining calves and heels. It's a new word for a Monday, keeves. Pull your keeves down. A little bend in the knees, squeeze those upper thighs, your lower belly. And then we'll bend the knees again, look forward, inhale. Nice deep bend in those knees, and our head is through those arms, and then we step the left foot forward and then the right foot. Halfway lift, inhale. Elbows in by the waist. Good, exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms back, chest forward, sweep up, lift the ribs up, reach up, look back. If you squeeze the glutes, come straight, hands to your heart, exhale. Big breath. Sigh it out. Inhale, arms up. Lifting ribs up, look up, reach back. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, takes you to plank. Inhale, shift forward and shift back. Keep everything strong, just moving forward and back. One more time. And then we go forward, exhale, chaturanga. Cobra, inhale, lifting, looking up. Exhale, pressing plank, downward dog. Full breath. Sigh it out. Do that again, tilt the tail. Squeeze the core, let the head be heavy. One more time. Nice bend in the knees, looking forward, exhaling, stepping, leading with the opposite foot. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, folding. Inhale, reverse swan dive, all the way up and back. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale again. Exhale, fold. Moving quicker, inhale halfway. Exhale, plank. This time, shift forward. Chaturanga, pausing, elbows in line with shoulders, and then untucking toes, upward facing dog or cobra. And we lift those hips, downward facing dog. Inhale. Sigh it out. Let the tail higher. Exhale. One more time. Bend the knees, inhale, look forward. Exhale, step. Halfway inhale. Full exhale, folding. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Full breath. Hands by your side. Okay, let's start laterally. Let's keep our left arm down by our side, my right, your left. Sweep your right arm up, strengthen your legs, toes together, reach up through that right arm, pull down through the left and side bend. Like you're just slipping between a skinny doorway. Squeeze those glutes, pull the hips forward gently, so the tailbone lengthens to the heels. The hips want to kind of tilt a little, so we pull the right hip back slightly, and we pull the, left hip back slightly, and the left shoulder forward a little bit. Another breath. Stay in the lean, but lift the ribs. And reach. Slowly come all the way up, both arms. Drop your right arm down and just relax the shoulders, okay? And then lengthen, strengthen those legs. Feel that strength, pull up, 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 up. Okay, tailbone low. We pull that right arm down as we slide it down that leg, reaching the left arm over. Okay, and then the hips do a little tilting, pulling the right hip back, pulling the right hip forward, and then we lengthen. Exhale, reaching. One more breath. Great, inhale, come all the way up. That felt amazing. Exhale, cactus T. Strengthen those legs, push your hips forward, squeeze your shoulders on your back, elbows pulling down by the side. And then come all the way up as you straighten. You can kind of meet your palms or index fingers and thumbs here. And as you exhale, your hips are pushing forward, and rather than just dropping back, feel your ribs lift up and then squeeze the shoulders behind you. Inhale, coming up, hug the core in, ribs are tight. Lifting the ribs up, exhale, cactus teeth. Inhale, coming up, exhale, fold forward all the way down. Stay here. Relax the head. Bring your chin in towards your chest. Feel the back of the neck opening here. Another breath. And then we'll roll up again. Roll all the way up, shoulders back, arms up, hands softly to your heart. Intention in your mind, a moment of pause. And you can release those hands. Okay, now we'll scoop those arms all the way up. Keeping your legs strong, your hips are parallel to the front of your mat. Exhale, right arm comes back, left arm comes forward. You can just be looking forward here. So the only thing moving is really your shoulder, right shoulder back, left shoulder a little more forward, and then reach that left arm forward, reach your right arm back. And then from here, lift your ribs up. And then slowly as you exhale, shift your gaze to the right and almost back. Right hip feeling like it's pulling forward, legs are squeezing together, glutes are tight. We lift the ribs up, we reach the left arm forward, we reach the right arm back. One more breath. Then arms come up. Nothing is moving except for the upper body. Can you feel that isolated movement? Okay. So here, nothing is moving except for the arms. Inhale, length. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Right? Don't even worry about trying to twist your spine. Just feel your shoulders do it. Lift, inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, reach the right arm forward, reach the left arm back. Lift, inhale, ribs up from hips. Exhale, this time gaze shift towards the left and towards the back. Can you feel the shoulders drop down away from your ears? Inhale, lifting. Exhale, twisting. Feeling the left hip pull forward. Inhale, lift the ribs up higher. Reach your arms in two directions. And then we'll bring them all the way up as you face forward. Open the arms wide, fold, bend the knees, dive down. Relax everything. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the heart forward. Exhale and fold. Let's plant the hands, stepping your left foot back. Drop that knee down, sweep your arms all the way back and up as you lift. Left toes are tucked, we're pushing away from the feet, but also we feel the right heel and foot pull back. Left knee is trying to pull forward. We're squeezing those inner thighs, arms are up. And then open the arms wide, let's interlace them behind us. Squeeze the shoulders, okay? Intentionally try to bend through the elbows. Lift your heart, inhaling. And as you exhale, fold a little over that right thigh. Now push into the back toes so the knee lifts. Scissor those legs, right hip pulling back, left hip pulling forward. Lift the torso slowly. Release the arms, come up. Hands to your heart, exhale. Leaning halfway forward. Step that left foot halfway towards your right foot. Push into your right foot. Keep your chest pulling forward and then lift that left leg. Leaning, tipping forward, left leg is level with your left hip. Feeling your left toes pointing to the floor, arms can reach by your hips, shoulders squeezing on your back. Find your breath. Feel the left glutes, your hamstrings help to keep that left leg lifted, level with your hips. Core is tight, one more. Chair pose, left foot meets your right foot, right knee bending along the way. We're low, arms up, inhale. Exhale here. Open the arm, out to a T, right arm underneath the left. Wrapping for your eagle arms. So you might start with a hug, squeezing, and then wrapping those forearms around each other. Now lift the elbows, flip the back. Sink more into your heels as you lift your toes. Find your breath. Shoulders pulling down, and then the elbows pull down, and then their chin pulls forward, and we start rounding the back, hugging the elbows into the belly. Take a breath. Full exhale. Do that again. Shoulders pulling down, chin tucking in. Stay low in your hips, squeeze your knees together. Lift your torso, your elbows. Sink more into the heels. Take another breath. Sink lower. And then unravel the arms, sweep up into a back bend. Forward fold, exhale. Heavy head. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, right foot goes back. Drop the knee. Keep the toes tucked. Keep your arms back. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Lift up. Soften shoulders. Another breath. Opening wide and clasping behind us. Opposite clasp. Shoulders roll back. We breathe as we lift the heart. Hands pulling down, shoulders pulling down. Another breath. And then tipping forward. Full inhale. Press into the right foot, exhale, and right knee lift. Squeeze the right leg forward, left heel back. Releasing your hands. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms up, torso up, exhale, hands to your heart. Big breath. Tipping forward. Nice and slow. Step your right foot in halfway. Connect with your left foot. Strengthen the whole leg and then push into it to lift the right leg. Keep your chest pulling forward, your shoulders pulling back, your belly in. Right toes pointing to the earth. Left hip pulling back behind you. Slow the breath down. Soften the intensity of your stare. Tightness in the jaw. One more in. To chair pose, left knee bending along the way, toes touch, knees squeeze. Arms up, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Weight in heels. Shoulders down. Arms out wide. Now our left arm wraps underneath the right arm. You might just give yourself a hug first, wrapping your arms by your shoulder blades and then wrapping the forearms. First, lifting the elbows. Lifting the chin, lifting the back. Big breath. Weight is back in heels, toes lifting, belly tight. And then inhale, elbows pull down, exhale, shoulders down, chin curls in. We start rounding the upper back, squeezing the belly in. Slow the breath. Just two more. One more. Staying with the intensity, knowing it will pass. Slowly lifting the torso, staying low in chair, knees squeezing. Unravel the arms. Press up. Woo. Inhale. Back bending. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Relax the head. Nod yes. Nod no. Inhale again, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Shifting forward, chaturanga slowly. Inhale, back bend. Downward facing dog, exhale. Big breath. Try it out. Heavy head. Relax jaw. Okay, now your right foot's gonna step in front of the left foot. You're gonna move your left foot over to the right side of your mat. Left foot over to the left side of the mat, just crossing your legs. Really high up at top of the thighs. And then we bend the knees to drop the knees to the ground. Untucking the toes, point them out to either side of the room. And then just walk your hands back as you push your hips towards the floor. Let the belly rest on your thigh. Let the head get heavy. Breathe into your hips here. Slow the breath down. Be patient with your breathing. Help your body be patient with your breathing. And then we're gonna walk the hands back. We're gonna end up sitting on our hips. So if you want a block to sit on, find a block so then you can keep your knees stacked. So the higher your seat, the more your legs will be able to kind of stay or keep in the shape. I like to lean forward a little bit, bring my right hand on that upper knee and my left hand on the left upper knee and literally push the legs together. And then we're sitting between those heels, rooted through both hips evenly. Soften through the hips, let your body just get used to being in this really deep external rotation. And then we'll open our arms out wide and we'll lift them up. Then we're going to bend the right elbow, bring that hand behind our back, and that left hand can pull that right elbow a little further back there, and we'll lift the chin up and lean back slightly, hug the belly in. Head is pressing against that forearm. We can side bend a little to the left. Try to lean back more than forward. And then straighten the spine, keep the right arm where it is. Push your hand against your upper back and release your left arm, flipping the palm behind you, bending your left elbow, the back of your hand comes to your back. Maybe you reach for your fingers. Maybe you grab them, you cup your fingers, maybe you don't. You could always opt to grab a strap here. When we bring this strap behind the back, and the other hand, our left hand can grab that strap, and here we are working to end up hopefully one day getting close, but never pushing it because this is huge on our left rotator cuff, internal rotation for that shoulder. Take a couple more breaths. Remember, leaning back more than forward. And if it feels okay to lean forward, slowly keep your chest really broad, your spine straight, so you're hinging at the hips. We let the belly rest on the side, the heart right on the knee. Full breath. Feeling the weight of our torso, bring nice pressure into the stretch in the hip. And then coming all the way up. Releasing the grip. Ooh, both arms up. Palms to your heart, soften the eyes to close. Full breath, think of your intention. And you can release the hands and come forward. Come back onto your knees, fingers wide, and we'll tuck the toes and lift those knees and then uncross them. Feet as wide as your mat. Palms wide, fingers wide, little bend in the knees, tilt the tail. Walk your hands to your feet. All the way back, heels in, toes out, bend the knees, sink down to a low yogi squat. Hands to our heart, big breath. Big exhale. Shoulders pulling down the back. Another breath in. Squeeze that low belly. With your exhale, massage those organs down there. Left hand fingers go in front of those left toes. Elbow stays on that inner knee. Right arm reaches up and towards the back of the room. Full breath, try to lift the chest. Get another breath here. And then releasing that right hand back to Malasana, hands at heart, lifting the heart to the thumb. And then we'll release those right fingers in front of the right toes, knee on the inner, elbow on the inner knee. And we kind of push a little bit into the feet to help you really keep that length through the spine. As that left arm is reaching up and back. Gaze could follow. Another breath. And then coming back, elbows to knees, hands to heart, big breath. Hands coming to the floor. We'll lift the hips up and relax the head here. Walking forward into your downward facing dog. Let's lift the heels and roll into our plank pose, high push-up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath. Sigh it out. Okay, and then we'll step the left toes in front of the right toes. Walk the right foot over to the left foot over to the right. We're trying to cross high up on those thighs. We'll bend the knees, dropping them to the ground, toes pointing out, walking hands back, but we're reaching forward through those arms, letting the belly rest on the sides. Head through the arms, blowing the breath down. I know I said a little bit of a flowy class is what I was thinking, but here we are in some deeper held stretches. Apparently we need a little bit of a more myofascial release today after we built that heat. All right, let's slowly walk our hands back towards our body, letting us sink onto our hips, maybe onto a block. Okay, and here we're trying to stack the knees. We're not trying to keep that left knee lifted and planting that foot down. We're trying to keep the outer feet on the floor, stacking those knees, right? Maybe wedging them to there, wherever there is. And then our arms come up and just feel the sinking sensation through the body. You soften shoulders, you soften into your hips. And then we'll bend the left elbow, bring that hand behind the head or upper back, forearm or elbow towards the upper back of the head. We feel the ribs lift up from the hips, and then we side bend a little to the right. Big breath. Feeling height through the spine, through the back. And then we'll straighten up. Keeping the hand there, we'll push the hand into the upper back to keep it grounded. Right arm releases, flipping the palm behind us. And we bend that elbow, bringing that hand wherever feels comfortable to hold and maintain, and we're not pushing anything. Even if we're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so close, but there's a little pinch or a little singe in the shoulder, just back out of it. No need to push anything. We want to be able to relax and not feel pain. So lifting the chin up, maybe you reach for a strap, which I'm going to utilize here. My right shoulder rotator cuff is sensitive, always has been since volleyball days. That's high school. So yeah, here I am. Being mindful about my shoulders so that I don't have big shoulder issues when I'm almost 70, like my mom. Okay, there we go. Soften the jaw, soften the eyes. Soften the legs. Okay, and if you're feeling good and you're kind of leaning back, you feel tall, maybe then you start to tip a little forward, keeping your chest, your ribs pulling up. Rather than even turn around, we're not rounding anything. We're keeping our back as straight as a plank. And you allow a tipping over the thigh. And then we can come upright and release those arms, sweep them up. Hands to your heart. Full breath, intention in your mind. And we'll come forward over those knees. Fingers wide, tuck the toes, lift the knees, uncross them, feet as wide as your mat. Bend the knees a little, reach the tailbone up, wiggle a little left, wiggle a little right. Get into your inner thighs here. Good. Okay, and then we'll step those feet back towards each other. Inhaling into your plank pose. Exhaling, chaturanga. Inhale, back bending. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath. Sigh it out. Okay, and then we'll bend the knees. Stepping your left foot forward between your thumbs. pivot on the back foot, rotate on the left front toe. So now you're facing the right side of your mat. There we go. Wide-legged stance. Heels out more than toes, wrists are under our shoulders, and we'll reach the tailbone back as we grip the ground and we pull our heart forward. Deep breath. As you exhale, fold forward all the way down, letting your head be as heavy as you can, strengthening through the legs, feeling the tailbone lifting, adjusting things, your stance, whenever you need to, as you need to. Finding a position where you're feeling your feet working, you're feeling your legs working, stretching, opening. So you can find a little more length and release, decompression from your lower back. So feel the tailbone lift and your heart sink. If you want to walk your hands through those legs, do that. You want to walk your hands forward like a wide-legged down dog, do that. Separating your hands maybe a little wider than shoulders. Good. And then we'll walk our hands under the shoulders. Left hand makes a fist right under the face. Strengthen your legs, reach your tailbone back, pull your heart forward, and then pull your right arm up the left arm across the chest and up towards the sky. Twisting. But now your left hip loves to sink down. Allow it to sink. Lift the right hip. Open up into that twist. And then with your next exhale, drop your right hip. Lift the left hip and take yourself slowly a little bit out of the twist. You're neutralizing your pelvis. Take another breath. And then that right hand can come down and we can fold forward all the way. Nodding yes and no. And then hands under shoulders, right palm or fist under the face. Strengthening the legs, tailbone back, heart forward. Left arm pulls up the right arm across the chest and into the sky. We drop the right hip a lot. We lift the left hip a lot. We look up in a deep twist and we inhale to find length. As we exhale, we neutralize the pelvis. Left hip drops, right hip lifts. And all of a sudden that left arm is not as high. Pushing down into the right hand, reaching out through the left hand. And then with your next exhale, we drop down into your fold. Drop it in the head, nod yes and no. And then hands press under shoulders. Pull the heels in a little bit and bend that left knee. Sweeping your right toes up to the sky. Nice side lunge. Sinking low, lifting the chest, hug the belly in. Okay. And we're going to bring your left hand to the outer left foot next to the hip on the earth and reach your right arm all the way back past that left leg. You feel this length from the right leg through the right arm. Take another breath. Try to lift that top shoulder, right shoulder up on top of the left. And then sweep it down. Push into the left foot, switch sides. Right knee bends deeply. We sink into it. My right heel lifts. My heel is left here. It's fine. Do whatever you need. Lift the left toes, lift the chest, or you're trying to pull the heart out of the hips. Finding your breath here. That left side can be contracting, pulling up into the hip, helping with that pulling upward sensation to help you find length through the body. And that right hand can come to the outside right leg, hip on the floor. Fingers can point away from the body, and then we sweep that left arm all the way back. We lift up that shoulder on top of the right. Full breath. Maybe lowering that left shoulder, letting the gaze drop to the ground, just reaching back. And then we'll sweep it down and all the way forward to your left foot. And then we'll step to plank. Left foot meets the right. Shifting forward, inhale. Chaturanga. Back bending. Downward dog. Full breath. Sigh it out. And then we'll drop to the knees for child's pose. I'm tucking toes, letting the legs rest, forehead to the ground, arms wherever you want. And just stay with the breath. One more here. And we'll roll our body all the way up. Shoulders rolling on the back. Head and neck lifting. Okay, we'll scoot our feet out of the way. Come onto your seat. Have a block nearby. Maybe have 2 blocks nearby. We'll use both of them. Let's first start by bending the knees and having your fingers pointing towards your seat as your hands come behind you a bit, feet as wide as your mat. And just rocking your knees right and left. Opening up into just a little bit of a twist, more of a twist here, but through our hips. A little mermaid, merman stance. Start pushing into the hands, broadening the chest, lifting the chin. Sending breath into wherever it feels good. Chest, side body, hip. Good. And then we'll swoop over to the right. Let your left arm come all the way over to the right. Walk your hands close towards your right hip. Take a breath. As you exhale, walk back towards the back of the mat. Walk back towards bear. Hi, bear. Hi, bear. Hi, bear. Let your head start to get heavy. Maybe you're dropping to your elbows, maybe not. Send breath into that left front hip, side body, waist side area. Might feel your psoas. Almost feels like your belly is stretching, which could also be parts of your abdominal wall as well as your hip flexor. Okay, and then we'll walk our hands up. And then you're gonna face your right knee. So you're facing out to that right side. And take a breath and lift the chest up. Your left hip is up. You're just gonna walk forward, right, to fold over your right knee. So your body, torso, weight rest on that leg and kind of get into a little bit of a kind of a pigeonish. Just breathe into the back of the hip, the glute. Let the head get heavier. You might stack your fist and rest your forehead there. When our head is supported, it helps us to calm the mind. And then we'll slowly come back onto the hands. Right hand's kind of behind us on the mat. We lift the left arm as we lift the knees and we sweep them to the left, right arm following. So now we're twisting to the other side. Hands close towards the hip and leg, and we lift the chest up. We're facing the back of the room. And then we walk the hands out towards the back of the room, back of the mat. Maybe dropping to the left forearm, maybe onto that right forearm, letting the head get heavy, draping through the arms or resting. Soften through the neck, get a little opening there. And one more breath here. And we'll walk up onto those hands, and now we're going to face the direction of the left knee. So I'm facing away from you. Okay, and then we take a breath and lengthen, and we tip forward, resting onto that leg. Noticing what you're feeling, again, where you're feeling it. Take a few more breaths. And then we'll come up. Left hand to the back of that. Right arm comes back. We lift those knees. Maybe a couple windshield wipe outs. Good. And then we'll come up to seat. Sit. Grab your 2 blocks. We're going to use them to support ourselves in the back bend to help open our chest. So find your blocks, one on the medium height. Back there's space between the 2 and one on the low height. So then you can position yourself in front of the block, like there's a bit of space here for your lower back. And then as you rest down, it's that shoulder blade area, the upper back that this bottom lower block is resting on or under. And then the back of your skull is for the other block. And then adjust things as you'd like to here so you feel the most comfortable and in a shape that feels supportive for you to be in a back bend. And then you can decide what you'd like to do with your legs, whether they go straight forward or knees stay bent, dropping open, or knees dropping together as the feet go wider. Whatever feels best. You might even just cross your legs. Let your arms rest, elbows super heavy onto the ground, arms, fingers, all relaxed. And then allow the eyes to close, and we'll exhale everything out. And take a huge breath in. With an open mouth, exhale and let it go. Just soften into natural breath here. A little moment of ease. Supportive opening in our heart space. And also just helping to open up our respiratory system. Helping to stretch the muscles that kind of cling together all day as we're doing mostly forward-facing things. We're opening up across our pectoralis muscles. Just enjoy being here. How can you enjoy being here more? Right? Not only in this shape, and you can focus on all kinds of things that show up here. Just comfort, ease, opening, vulnerability, all of the different things. You can focus on anatomically how good this is for your body. You can focus on just the fact that you're able to just be here right now. You have all of these wonderful amenities in your life to be able to broadcast yoga into your room. That you are in this room, you own this house, this carpet under you, this yoga mat you're on, the blocks you're laying on, all the things around you that surround you, you spent money on, you've collected through your years in this wonderful life, working hard to be where you are at. So just full gratitude for being right where you are. Surrounded, supported with all the things and people in your life, near or far. And take one more full breath in. And open mouth, exhale. And we'll lift the knees. We'll gently roll over. So inch one elbow closer to you and roll over to that side. Then lift the head. The other hand can help you. Once you're up, take those blocks out of the way. Lay on down. Lay on down to your back. Bring your knees into your chest. Feel the coolness on your back, relax your neck, relax your head as you rock side to side, holding your legs into the chest, rocking left and right. And take a big breath, feel it fill in the back of the ribs. Soft breath out. Left leg goes straight, right leg hugs in. We twist it over. Right leg to the left, right arm to the right. Big breath in. Relax inner thighs, lower back, shoulder. Melt into the shape. Feel your spine and the muscles that support your spine soften in the shape. Feel your organs moving things through in this shape. Feel your breath, feel tiny crevices in your lungs in this shape. And then we'll roll on our back. Right leg long, left knee in. Twist it over to the right side, left arm to the left side. Big breath in. Soft breath out. Relax, relax, relax. And one more in and out. And then we'll roll on to our back, knees in. Any last movements you want, do it. Happy baby, plow pose. Maybe you're just ready for Shavasana. Let your legs go long, let your arms rest by your side. Find yourself in that shape, that resting shape whenever you want or however long you want. I'll let you rest here for a moment or two before moving on to the rest of our beautiful Monday. Start to a brand new week. Starting fresh. And beginning that freshness first with a little rest. Allow yourself to soften and let go. Slowly beginning to deepen your breath. Moving the eyes under the eyelids and noticing the light, the shifting of light that you see under the eyelids. Touch fingers to thumbs and cross toes. Swallow. Rock the head. Smile. Smile a little bit. Reach your arms back and legs long. Squeeze the face, squeeze the muscles over the bones, and stretch, reach, stretch, flex. Take a big breath in. Exhale, relax. Bend the knees, roll over, and slowly push up, peeling your way up to a seat. Sitting tall, strong. Hands come to our heart. Full breath in. Soft breath out. Lifting the corners of your mouth to your ears, giving yourself a smile. Reminding yourself one more time of your intention. And we'll rub our palms and generate heat and energy in your hands. When you feel warmth, bring your warm palms to cup over your closed eyes and take a full breath in. And slow exhale as you release your hands gently down, letting your palms meet in front of your heart. Believe in yourself and do what you are supposed to. Appreciate yourself, enjoy yourself, and love yourself. From my heart to yours, my friends and family. Namaste. Yay. Boop, 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 boop.